No good. Couple of knocks. No. Well, I've been here about half an hour and not doing much either. Oh, having said that, I think a perch has taken my worm. That's what I was after, perch really. Whoa. Right, oh well, that's a success. At least they're down there. Oh, that was good. Hook just in the edge, which is unusual. Yeah, I had one roach about a quarter of an hour ago, and but I was really after the perch because I've had good sessions here with perch, but on other occasions I had nothing. It's weird. Yeah. So, anyway, hit and miss. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Well, the worm worked, folks. Good morning, all. Well, I'm on the road. I'm heading for Offord again, where I was on my last session. This time, I'm going by way of the tackle shop. Get some maggots and some worms, and perhaps hope to get a few perch. I don't fish maggots very often, or worms, and because of that I miss out on perch. So that's the idea today. When I was there last time, as I was leaving, there was a guy fishing in a spot that I have fished before, and he was catching perch. It's an interesting spot because I caught some really nice perch there once, and then the next couple of times I went there, nothing. So I'm sort of hoping I might be able to get that spot today. The only problem with that is because I've got to go through the tackle shop first, I'm going to be a bit late getting there. But more importantly, it's Saturday today. I don't usually go fishing on a Saturday. I usually go in the week because it's quieter. I was going to go yesterday, but it ended up raining most of the day, and I didn't really fancy sitting in the rain all the time. So, as I say, I'm not going to get there very early, so there's a good chance I won't get the spot that I'm heading for. But hopefully I'll find somewhere to fish, and you never know. With fishing, it's never certain. The spot I'm heading for might not perform today, and somewhere else may do. So anyway, just going into the little commercial estate here where the tackle shop lives. St Ives Tackle, which is my local tackle shop. Local, bit of a euphemism really, it's about a 20-minute drive, but there we go. Yeah, it opens at 9 and it's 5 to 9, so I've timed it quite nicely. Yeah, maybe they'll open a bit early, you never know. So we'll see how we go. Forecast for today is, as you can see, very bright at the moment, but it's supposed to cloud over later, which may help things a bit. So, nearly there. It's tucked away a bit, this tackle shop. It is quite small, but it's like all the modern tackle shops. Well, all of them, but a lot of them. Little tiny shops and packed out with stuff. Someone else waiting in a car, so it looks like they're waiting as well. You've probably noticed that I travel a bit light when I'm fishing, and there's two reasons for that. One, because it's a lot easier to carry less tackle when you're walking along riverbanks and walking a fair distance to where you fish. But the other reason is this baby here. She's 9 years old now, and I love her, but for fishing she's not the most practical thing on the block. As you can see, this is the only storage that you've got. the boot. So in here I sort of have a general bag which I've got my bait in, my food in, and it's got a pocket on with takes odds and sods, unhooking mat, and a rucksack which has got my tackle in, all my bits and pieces, plus my camera gear, and a bag to put dirty shoes in, and that's it basically. So that is the reason why I travel so light. Mind you, I think certainly in the past I was guilty of taking far too much tackle. So there we are. The good news, and quite surprising news to be honest, is that there's only one other vehicle here on a Saturday, which I find absolutely amazing. There's a vehicle up the top here, so there is one more person here. The car park up the top there is supposed to be reserved for London Anglers Association members, because there's a little island up here which you access via a pontoon, which is actually London Anglers Association water. I've never seen anyone on it, the pontoon that is, or the island, and it's completely overgrown. So I guess it's more or less a forgotten water as far as the LAA is concerned. But technically speaking, we are not supposed to park up here because it's reserved for LAA members. But some people do. It just saves a bit of a walk. But it's not a very long walk here, not compared to some places I go. Now I'm heading for the top stream, what they call the top stream, which is a little channel that is fortunately free of boats. Yeah, you see, this is the London Anglers Association, and there's the pontoon, but I'm not sure it's moved for ever, to be honest. Anyway, but this is the top stream, which is known for its perch. It's interesting, that guy's fishing over there. It's one of the few fishable spots, of course. Good job I wasn't heading back there today. Well, this is where I'm heading for. And fortunately there's a bit of flow, but not a lot. Let's see how we get on. Just tackle up and everything now, and then I'll be back when we're ready to go. I'll give you a little intro also, although I've done most of it walking up here, haven't I? Well folks, here we are on a glorious morning on the top stream at Offord. I've just plumbed the depth. It's about 10 foot. Unfortunately I bought a 10-foot rod because I was fishing in the margin, so that could be a little bit of a problem, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm after perch today. I went to the tackle shop, bought some maggots and worms, and I've had success here in the past, but I've also had failures, so I think it just depends whether the perch are in the mood or not. Possibly this bright weather won't help, but I think it's going to cloud over later. It's done that on the last few days, and there's no forecast of rain until the evening, so I should be alright in terms of weather. But as I say, if it clouds over later, that may help things a bit. But we'll see how we go. I've put a few maggots in. I put some crumbed bread in just to attract the fry really, and that worked, because as it was sinking I can see all the small fry sort of going after it, so that may help bring the perch in the swim. Anyway, that's about it really. All taken up, all ready to go, so let's get going. Well, as I just said in the intro, I've got a 10-foot rod. I've got the hook in the keeper eye here, 16-eyed, and you can see where the float is, so there's no problem readjusting my depth should I lose it. It's really basically an inch below the top of the rod. I've plumbed it to a couple of inches, 2 or 3 inches off the bottom, because there's bound to be some bottom weed. I can actually see some weed in here looking down, so I'm a bit off the bottom. Yeah, this 10-foot rod, it's called a compact float. 10 foot, that's what it's called, compact float 10 foot. It's a fish tech rod. I've had it years, I've had it really a long time, and it's a powerful little rod actually, very light, and I've paired it up with a Shimano Exage or Exage, whatever they call it, 1000, so that's quite a light reel as well, so the whole thing is very, very light. But I may have some problems with the depth here and this short rod, so we just have to see how it goes. It's a self-cocking float, and I've just put one small hook on, one small shot on the bottom, just chopper shot really. So yeah, this could be a bit of a tricky situation really, but there we go. Alright, let's put a couple of maggots on and see what happens, shall we? As I say, this could be a bit challenging really. Just casting could be challenging. Yeah, see what happens. Because the float and the hook are so far apart. There's something on it already. It's probably an oblique or something. No, this is going to be a bit challenging. Right, let's cast out there and bring it back again. Something having a go at it. Whatever it was, it's gone. Oh, sorry about that. I'm just getting used to casting this thing. I should have brought my centre pin. It's a lot easier in these situations. It's just I had the centre pin on other rods, so couldn't really be bothered to retackle everything. I think this is probably tiddlers. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it's actually a roach. Actually a little roach. Oh. So much for perch, we got the roach. There we go. That's the starter. Stupid fish. Oh dear. Oh, he's falling in. That's all that matters. Yes, I definitely should have brought a longer rod. It's interesting, opposite is an island and it's LAA water. I mentioned that as I was walking up here. And I also sort of passed an opinion and it didn't seem to be used very much, and I didn't think the pontoon had moved. But looking over there, there were 2 swims that had been cleared out. So obviously it's been prepared for fishing, and someone must have used the pontoon to get over there to clear it out. Well, I was hoping I'd get fairly quick bites off perch, but that hasn't happened. So maybe they're not at home. Right, I'm trying a worm. Worm doesn't want to stay on the hook, and that's usually a normal problem. I'm going to put a maggot on as well. Try and keep him on there. Boy, oh boy. Alright, let's try a juicy worm, see if that attracts the perch. You can see the weed quite a way down here. We've had a fair bit of rain the last couple of days, which has been very welcome. In fact, I'm not sure which day it was, but one day it absolutely bucketed down at home. It's fairly short-lived, but it filled 2 butts. I had 2 butts that were practically empty, having had hardly any rain for weeks, and it filled both of them. And it managed to put a bit more back into a bit of water back into my pond, which was almost dried up. Oh, the worms haven't attracted anything. As I say, it's a bit of a strange swim, this. I had one really good session here. To be honest, that was on the quiver with perch. And a couple of times following that I haven't done very well at all. The worm's still there. Morning. No. No good. No good.
2 knocks.
A couple of knocks.
Not a lot else.
No.
So,
Well, I've been here about half an hour and not doing much either.
no, I've been here since about 6.
Oh, having said that, I think a perch has taken my worm.
Hey, something there.
That's what I was after, perch really. Whoa.
Nice.
Right. Oh, well, that's a success.
Yep.
At least they're down there. Oh, that was good. Hook just in the edge, which is unusual.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, I had one roach about a quarter of an hour ago, and but I was really after the perch because I've had good sessions here with perch, but on other occasions I had nothing. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Hit and miss.
hit and miss. Cheers. Yeah, cheers. Well, the worm worked, folks. The cloud cover's increasing, so how big was it? It may help us a bit. think the weight of the worm may be sinking the float. Yeah, this is not good, is it? I think we'll have to put a different float on and perhaps a bit more shot down the line. So we'll break off for a while really while I retackle, and because I think what's happening here is this is a preloaded float, and unfortunately it's so sensitive that the additional weight of the worm is. Yeah. Alright, we'll do a bit of retackling, so I'll come back when I've done that and see how we get on. Well, it turned out that little float I was using actually, the body of it was split. It's a sort of plastic tube and it was split, that's why it was sinking. So we'll have a go with this one. It's actually a waggler, which is probably not the best, but let me talk that straight away. I'm on maggots, so it's probably not surprising. I've got 3 BB now down at the bottom, which is sinking faster than before, but obviously not fast enough. You've probably noticed that one of the features of this spot is you're on a public footpath. And on a Saturday it's obviously busier than it would be in the week. I think I'm fishing just off the bottom. At the risk of really making life difficult, I'll perhaps pull the float up a bit, but with this rod it's already, I'm fishing almost the depth of the rod already, so that could make life more difficult. Hello.
Any about?
Well, I had one roach and one perch, now it's gone dead.
Oh, right. It's warm.
I think this bright sun's not helping. Yeah. Hi there.
Oh, mate, how you doing?
Well,
Bit of a regular up here, aren't you?
sort of.
Yeah.
That was almost a lift bite there.
Oh,
Wasn't it? Well, the float lifted about 2 inches.
Did it? Oh, well.
I was just contemplating actually going a bit deeper because I was slightly off the bottom, but I didn't want to go on the bottom because there's quite a lot of weed down there.
There is, yeah.
And it just lifted, but there was nothing there.
Well, something's lifted it up, mate.
Yeah.
Won't be anything but a fish, will it?
No.
Have you caught any yet?
Yeah, I started on maggots and I caught a roach, not very big, and then I put a worm on and straight away caught a perch,
Yeah.
which was a bit bigger than the roach.
There's some nice perch in it.
Yeah, that's what I was after really, and then I hooked something else and it came off, and after that it's really gone dead.
Yeah.
But that was, I think, I had a bit of a catastrophe then. The float I had on, it was a plastic tube,
Right.
and it kept sinking. I couldn't understand why, and it was split. So I've just changed all my tackle.
Getting water in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, well.
yeah,
Thing is, if you're not getting results, change something.
yeah.
No, fish a bit off bottom more.
Well, I had,
or
yeah,
hard on bottom.
yeah. Well, as I say, I was just about to pull the float up a couple more inches, and
Keep some feed going in.
yeah.
You know.
The trouble is, it's so deep here
It is.
that if you put any like maggots in, you can see the fry.
Yeah.
None of them will get to the bottom. It's
You got a feeder, a little
I have got a dropper,
dropper. That's
Yeah.
the way to do it. You'll get them down to the bottom then.
but what I have been doing is throwing in some breadcrumb,
Oh right. Okay.
which will go to the bottom, and I thought may attract fish near the bottom and get the perch around, you know.
It may well do. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Soldier on.
as I say, that was a good lift bite, so well, I've got a worm back out there, That was sort of a lift bite, the last one. The trouble is I've got this connected as a waggler, so any tension on the line tends to pull the float down, which is a bit deceiving. Yeah, something took that. I thought that would have been a perch. It was actually a roach. Got ya. You struggly little things you are. And he just hooked though. Actually, that could. Yeah, that is a rudd. That is a small rudd. There we go. I think sometimes the fish are just holding on to the worm when I strike. They're not actually taking it down. Oh, that looked like a bite, didn't it? Yeah, a bit of wee worm's gone. And let's put a couple of maggots on there as well. Give them a cocktail. Come on, perch. That's what I'm really after. I got the feeling these ones are possibly roach. I don't mind roach, of course, if they're nice sized roach. But, yeah, that definitely something took the tail off me worm there. Yeah, definitely a longer rod would have been better today, but there we go. We manage what we manage. Talking about a longer rod, with all the tackle we have these days, when I started fishing as a lad, I knew absolutely nothing about it. I didn't have any mentor or anything, and we were just a group of kids who went fishing, you know. And I had a 7-foot solid fiberglass spinning rod. Yeah, as I was saying, I had, the train just went past. Unfortunately, the wind's coming from the direction of the railway line, so the noise is more prominent today than it normally is. I think something maybe having a go at that. I think it's caught on weed or something, and that is running, isn't it? Alright, let's see what we got here. That was more like a perch bite, and I was right. They sometimes go diagonally rather than under. Oh, well, that's good. Second perch. Oh, another one hooked just near the edge, which is good. I don't like it when they take them right down. Yeah, don't struggle because I don't want to drop you. No. There we are. You bite me now. Yeah, not a monster, but this is what we're after. Perch. Beautiful. Hello there. And he left me a bit of worm as well, which is good news. And the maggots. So we've got 2 maggots on there still, and a bit of worm. I think something may have taken that when I cast, because the float didn't cock. I think something was holding the worm up. I should have left it a bit longer, but I'm sure something was having a go at that. The wind's blowing up a bit and the clouds are coming over, so long as it doesn't rain. Oh, that's it, we got it that side. We got him out of the space fairly quickly. Yeah. Another perch. Well, we're getting our intended species, folks. They're not monsters, but they are what we're after. There we go. I think the sun going in may have helped. And it's leaving my worm on the hook, which is great news.
Perch coming yet?
I've just had a couple.
Good, well done.
Only little, but it's moving in the right direction. Yeah, I just saw that float move slightly. Not actually giving me fantastically positive bites here. That's because they're getting smaller, I think. But there's still perch. This is the main thing. There are perch down there, and this is important. I ought to get my this gauge out really, on my forceps out. It's sometimes a bit tricky to get hold of the hook. That's alright. There you go. Another little wriggler. Let's put him in this hand and see. There he is. Perfect in every way. I was saying a while ago about my first fishing rod was a 7-foot fiberglass, a spinning rod. Completely inappropriate for anything other than spinning, really, but there we go. But this sort of fishing sort of takes me back to those days, really. Alright, I've got more sophisticated tackle now, but it's what we did basically. Float and some maggots and worms and perch. I'm sure a perch is probably one of the first fish most youngsters caught, certainly back then. Not so much now, perhaps. Possibly a carp. I only saw one carp caught when I was a youngster, and it was quite remarkable, really, because we used to fish the tidal Thames, and we used to fish Richmond. And on one occasion we walked upstream a bit, and we found some gardens. It was like a park, and it had a frontage onto the river, and we used to fish off there, and we used to catch pope or rough, whatever you like to call them, gudgeon, nothing really to speak of. But at the end of this park there was like a slack where the park curved around to meet the main bank, and it was slackish water, and there was a guy fishing there, and we could see this crowd of people around him, and we went over obviously and had a look, and he was playing this fish. Took him ages to get it in, and I'm not sure I would have known what it was in those days, but someone said a carp. Hello.
Sandwiches. Come on. Any joy?
A few little ones. Yeah. Yes, you have to be a proficient dog stroker to fish here. They all come and say hello. Anyway, back to the carp story. Yeah, that's the only carp I ever saw caught as a youngster. And that was rather exceptional really in the tidal Thames those days. Yeah, no takers. I just had a little walk to stretch my legs up and down the bank a bit, and the guy who was fishing the spot I fished last week has already packed up. So one would guess he wasn't doing that well. Either that or he arrived very, very early and packing up early. Right, let's have a new wiggly worm on, shall we? Well, things have gone very, very quiet indeed. Having said that, just cast in and it went under straight away. Amazing. Ah, it's not a perch though, it's a roach. Yeah, you're bound to do that, weren't you? Yeah, can you see him down there? Because he's just about to work his way back in. There he goes. Right, I'm going to go over to maggots. There's a bit of weed on the hook again. You often wonder if you're trapped in weed, you know. Now I threw quite a lot of maggots in a short while ago, so let's see if that's triggered anything. I think something was pulling on that on the way down actually. Yeah. Don't know what it is. Small roach. Yeah, just hold on a minute, I've got to get my disgorger, mate. Oh shite. Just dropped the disgorger. Ah, I can't reach it. Oh, would you bloody believe it? The hook's pulled out after all that. Jeez. Alright, little roachy. Sorry about that. There we go. I think I get caught on weed when it gets in the near side here. I think it's the... oh, look at that over there, the heron. What if I can get my camera without spooking it, which is probably unlikely. They are so easily spooked, herons. He's not really in sight, he's sort of... oh, he's moved back a bit now, which makes matters worse. turn the GoPro for a minute. Yeah. Mr. Heron. They're very, very cautious birds. It's very difficult on the wide zoom to keep the camera still. Yeah, stuck on the lift now. This is this is what's causing those fiddly little bites. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's almost too small to identify, isn't it? But I think, yeah, it's definitely a dace. Possibly the smallest dace I've ever caught. Yeah, possibly the smallest dace I've ever caught. Oh, you fish. There you go. That wind's dropped for us for a moment. Gives us a better chance. It definitely bites, but they're just not. Yeah, got that one. They're not firm enough to hit a distance. Yeah, roach. Small roach. Yeah, just, oh, hopeless fish, absolutely flipping hopeless. I'm going out folding the blooming drink soon, trying to get you back in. Nah, I don't think I'm going to get anything bigger, to be honest. Right, we've hooked it this time. Let's see what we got. That is a very nice roach. I'm going to get my net here just in case you drop. Yeah, that is a nice roach. No, yeah, for God's sake, just stay still. I'm trying to show you the... That's why I put the net there. In fact, it's a rudd, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice rudd. Oh, there we are, folks. I assume you can see it. Oh, I've got the line caught around it. I haven't got the hook out, have I? I'm stupid here. We've got the hook out, haven't we? I don't know what was going on there. Right, in you go, matey. Rudd. Flow's started up again. Yeah, that's a bite, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, and that was a perch. So we're getting bites over there, folks. Yeah. There we go. Unfortunately, the wind's got up, and it was a challenging cast and a challenging thing to control before the wind. And but I'm getting bites over there all the time now. Roach. Bit of worm's gone, but they may not be worried about the worm anymore. I think they're going for the maggots. It's a bit like a fly cast, this, to extend the back cast out to get the line straight. Oh. I don't know why it wasn't reeling in, the bail arm hadn't closed. Well, the wind's dropped just for a while. Not for long though, I don't think. That's a bite, I think. Yeah, I think these are just all small ones. Yeah. Diddly little roach. Right, I'm going to have a couple of casts with a worm over there, see if I can pick up something a bit better, but if it's going to carry on just being these small stuff, it's quite challenging fishing, and I think it's coming up to 3 anyway. I was going to pack up to 3, so. But at least we're getting bites out there, which is more than we were getting over here. Once that was me. Something having a go. Yeah, we hooked it that side. And this is fighting a little bit harder. Yeah, it's a perch, that's why it's fighting harder. It's not that big, I thought it was bigger than that. I really thought it was going to be bigger than that. Right. over there they're just not very big. There are some big perch in here. Right folks, I think I may make this the last cast. Yeah, just so I get a cast the wind comes up again. It's marvellous, isn't it really? Ah, jeez. Float's lifting a bit, which might be a fish. I haven't had many real positive bites today. Sort of bites you would expect a perch to give. Wind, it's just impossible controlling a slight float at that range. It's just a waste of time really. I'll let it finish its trot and call it a day, I think. Well, that's it folks. Another back to basics session. This time even more basic, float fishing with maggots, with the target being perch, sort of small boy tactics really. And we caught a few perch, but none of them are very big. There are some very big perch in here, but not today. A few small roach, a couple of rudd, but it was a bit challenging really, and the wind in the end didn't help. And the choice of a short rod wasn't probably the best thing today. I came sort of intending to fish this margin, which has worked for me before, but in the end I could have done with a longer rod because I was getting bites out more midstream, sort of classic pole territory really, but there we go. Anyway, I quite enjoyed it. It's a good change for me, this sort of fishing, and I'm usually chasing chub, but the last couple of sessions have been a bit more, as I say, back to basics. So as always, thanks for watching. I have a few more subscribers, which is good news, and thank you to all the subscribers. Thanks for the likes, obviously, and thanks for all the comments. It's always good to have comments and sort of interact. So that's it, I'm making my way home now. It's around 3 o'clock, and as I say, it's pretty gusty now, and the bites were really tailing off, so I decided it was time to call it a day, as they say. So until next time, not sure where or when, but until then, it's bye for now and cheers.